Dr. James J.C. Cooley. That's right. Dr. James J.C. Cooley. That's right.
The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on The Answer San Diego. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley and his guest will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on The Answer San Diego.
The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer in Dallas-Fort Worth. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore them or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley, and his guests will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer in Dallas-Fort Worth.
The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on The Answer. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley and his guests will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on The Answer.
Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley. Wow, we got another absolute fantastic, sensational show coming your way today. As you know, we are celebrating Black History Month, and I just like I always say, Black history every day, and how we say it in the South, every day is Black History Month, and we got this absolutely fantastic guest that's coming on today. And I tell you, this young lady right here, she do it all. But I'm not going to give it away because you already know how Michelle is. If I try to steal her thunder, She always put me in her place. How you doing, Dr. Cooley? How you doing today?
I'm doing good. I was having a great conversation with the guest before we went live, and she is a one-woman dynamo. She is, you were just talking about the arts and everything, but when I introduce her, she talks about the things she's been doing. You're going to see why.
Wow. I got to always put a plug in for Agape Christian University. That's our sponsor right here. And I tell you what, great university. You might want to check it out. A lot of programs, bachelor's, master's, doctorate, honorary doctorates. We do it all. Just put it like that. I tell you what, Michelle, I'm excited. I heard the conversation in the green room where you and this young lady was talking. And I know it's down your alley because you love Broadway, you love all this stuff. And I mean, I tell you, I do too. So can you please introduce the title of the show, the purpose of the show, and introduce this absolutely fantastic guest?
Most definitely. So the title of the show is called Social Work Artists, and we're having a conversation with Dr. Cinetrea Grace-Williams. She's the founder and CEO of 619 Productions, Inc. She's a published writer, a poet, and editorialist. She's going to discuss arts as a healing tool, professional artists, 619 Productions, Inc., Timmy's Dance, and many more. Dr. Cinetrea Grace-Williams studied performing arts and broadcasting at Louisiana State University. Is a graduate of Texas Women's University School of Broadcast Journalism and Social Work. Her educational journey includes studies at Tarrant County College, Dorsey Life Coaching, the Institute of Theology and Ministry Training, and Ram Bible Institute and Seminary. She has her master's and doctoral studies from there. She has worked in all phases of the professional entertainment industry, from acting, producing, dancing, choreography, to being a published writer, poet, and editorialist. She spent several years in Los Angeles working with the Fox, CBS, Comedy Central, Motown, and many other shows and productions, while also producing independent shows and children's arts programs. She founded 619 Productions, Inc. in 2001. It's a nonprofit arts organization, has received awards from Tarrant County College, Fort Worth Minority Leader, and Citizens Council. She's acknowledged by the House of Representatives. She received an honorary doctorate degree for arts, letter, and humanities from Agape Christian College. And she was also a recipient of the Neighborhood Parks and Recreation Project Award and received the NACO Award. Wow, she was named one of the great women of Texas by the Fort Worth Business Press. Please welcome for the first time, Dr. Cinetrea Grace-Williams to the show.
Hello.
How you doing, Doc? How you doing?
I am doing great. I tell you what, if I get this kind of welcome, I want to come on again.
Hey, this is how we do it. This is how, I was looking at your curriculum vitae. That's what I call it, because it's kind of like a book. You have done so many absolutely fantastic things, and guess what? You continue in doing those things, and it's always an honor to be able to recognize. I say greatness because I've seen, and our viewers now listening will see some of your work in a minute. That you're doing, and continue to do that and strive to be better. Can you tell our viewers and listeners a little bit more about you, where you grew up, what made you click, and why you're so passionate about what you do?
Oh, my goodness. Well, I guess it all started. I'm born the daughter of a veteran, and thank you for your service, Dr. JC. Him and my mother got married at 17. My father was from Harlem, New York, and Jersey, and my mother was from St. Croix by way of the Bronx. They got married. He joined the military and had a couple of kids, had me in Bermuda, and the rest is history. I was born with some issues, and both of my parents were artists, first of all. My father was performing as far as singing and dancing and visual artist, and my mother was a artist as well, visual artist. And so when I came along, I was a blue baby. I don't know if you know what that means. I wasn't breathing at birth.
Oh yeah.
Doctor kept slapping my little tail and everything. And finally, after a long stretch in time, they said usually at that time the baby's brain dead, but I came to life. And so from there, I grew up as normal as I possibly could, and with some issues. At the age of 5, they realized that I had some major issues internally because I started wetting the bed all of a sudden, and I never wet the bed before. And so they took me in and found out I had an extra kidney attached to my kidney, and it was rotten, and I had 2 extra tubes and all kind of things going on the inside. So many things that it was multiple issues. So long story short, I started a series of surgeries. But through all of this, there was one thing that remained, and that was the arts. I love music. I love dance. I love just entertaining and expressing myself in visual arts and writing. So while I was going through all this trauma, physical needs, having to go in and out of hospitals and surgeries, the arts kept me sane, and it was like my God connect, when I was performing, or not even, I don't even want to use the word performing. When I was expressing myself artistically, there was this God connect, and I would even pray sometimes, doing certain things and dancing and all that. And so the pain would go away. There was no pain. And so at any given time, I just wake up dancing, and my father played the congas in the morning. And so I had no choice but to get to moving, and that got me up, and it just became a natural part of my life, me writing to express what I was feeling, me dancing to express what I was feeling, and putting on shows from little bitty, age on up. I just would throw shows together and say, you guys come watch this. It's going to cost you a dime, or it's going to cost you a quarter. And I get my little friends together and put on some shows. But, come to find out later that Agent Orange kind of caused these birth defects in me, that military thing. So, but the arts was a definite source of freedom and solace, and just a way to get past all of those things.
Wow. You had no choice but to be an entertainer and show the world, because you was born there, mom and dad, and putting on shows. I love that. Yeah. I wish I could have thought like that back then and charge a dime or a quarter. So we got about 2 minutes before the break. If you had to pick one adjective to describe who you are, what would that adjective be, and why?
Well, that social work artist, I guess that's 2 words or 3 words. That's 3 words. That social work artist, I think, combines it all, because I love my community, and it's never been about trying to be famous and all that. It's always been about trying to be an artist, a true artist. You can tell the difference between an artist. Somebody wants to be an artist or a star. They want to be a star. It's just all about being seen. The artists, they go in and express themselves from the inside out. So, yeah,
I kind of like that the expression, because that's what art, I believe, is all about, expression.
Yes.
And if a person, once they discover what that is, that purpose in them,
yes,
expression, I think, comes easy.
Yes.
That's who you are.
Yeah.
I tell you, Doc, we're gonna take a station break, but
okay,
I can't wait to get back to pick up a lot of this stuff. We got a great show. I mean, it's a great show right now. If you want to be part of the conversation, regardless which one of the 84 platforms that you watch this on, was it E36 Television, Transfer TV, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Rumble, and many, many more. Welcome to the show. If you want to be part of it, just go to the comments. Ask any question that you might have. I promise you, Dr. Williams will get you an answer. Yes, your life. And we'll see you shortly after the break.
James Cooley Show.
chance to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you truly know who you are, love who you are. Love who you are. You're a masterpiece. Love who you are. Love who you were born to be. Love me some me. That's what I'm talking about. When you leave high school, you gotta know today or tomorrow, or hopefully today, what your plans are. Hopefully, there is no bad decision unless there is no plan. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Commit with what? Commit with what? In everything that you do. Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I tell you what, wow. First segment, you heard it. I mean, come on. You might have well grabbed you 8-9 bags of popcorn. So we just getting started. We just getting started here, So if you want to be part of the conversation, whichever platform that you're watching this on, all you have to do is just go to the comments, ask any questions that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer. Doctor.
Yes.
Let me butcher your name. I'm a Cinetrea.
Cinetrea.
Okay, all right. You know what? I set you up for that one. Because I want you to tell the world that's a unique name. And yes. I know you mentioned something about your dad that had that name just sitting back in the corner waiting on his baby girl to get here.
Yes.
Can you tell the world a little bit about that?
Yes, when he was stationed in Morocco, he was stationed to go to Cinetrea, Morocco, and he had his Malcolm experience and experienced all this love in Morocco, and he stumbled across Cinetrea, and the meaning is like a beautiful river flowing, and he fell in love with the name. And it kind of stuck to me, the cine is Cinemax, cinematography, motion, and he couldn't wait, and he had it waiting for his baby girl. He had 2 boys first, and then 1964, here I came. So yes, it's very special to me that my father named me intentionally, and then my middle name is Dawnette. That came from my mother because I was born at dawn. At 6:09 a.m.
You even know the time.
6:09 on 6/19.
Oh yeah, I tell you. So we talked about a little bit about your mom and your dad was entertainers. When did the bug really hit you, where you knew that I'm gonna make an impact in this space here?
I was in Columbus, Ohio. I believe I was around between 7 and 7 years old, and still experiencing some medical issues. But every morning, my father would play those conga drums, and I would wake up dancing, and I just felt this connection to music. And the album he would repeatedly play, besides all the wonderful cultural music and the gospel music and everything that we would hear, was Marvin Gaye, What's Going On. And there was something about that album that stood out to me, that connected to me, because at that time, Marvin was a social singer. He sung about social injustice. He sung about, what was going on, Holy, Holy. The whole album was just phenomenal from top to bottom. And that album, I tell people that Marvin was my first pastor. that album was instilled in me. And when you go back and listen to the lyrics, everything about it was a spiritual journey. And so that's when I knew I was connected to the arts, but also to the trying to help the community along the way, because everything just resonated in me. I started reading Nikki Giovanni. I started studying all this different literature and, Paul Laurence Dunbar, and writing music that meant something, and music that provoked change, or songs that had an impact. And my dance was all about expression.
Expression. There you go again.
There you go again.
That's what but I tell you what, I want to introduce the world to Dr. Williams. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
I know why you've come. Do you have $20?
Of course I got $20. Just tell me what I need to do to win a love now.
Go down to the riverbank. Then you'll see a man at the end of the path. Toss it over his shoulder. Then it will come back to me.
My heart was pounding listening to Alan.
In the matter of Joe Hopper versus J.P. Morgan Chase, have we reached a verdict?
Yes, Your Honor.
Come on, Mom. You can't stay in this house forever.
Are you crazy? I'm not crazy. I'm staying put.
Ma, we had a deal.
Step aside, ma'am. I'll handle this. Listen up, folks. Your mom doesn't need a nursing home. She needs help in the home. With the day-to-day things. Rest care is help care for seniors.
Hello? Mrs. Kitrail? We're reporters with Jet Magazine in the Baltimore African American. We heard you spotted 2 missing men over in the Charleston jail.
I don't know who told you that, but I don't have anything to say.
Please, we're not here to cause you any trouble. We're just trying to find out what really happened to Emmett Till.
I'm sorry, but I got my own family, my own business here to think about. Besides, it wouldn't make any difference anyhow.
Ma'am, these 2 men might be first-hand witnesses to that boy's murder. With all due respect, finding them could mean the difference between a guilty verdict or those 2 killers going free. But we need your help to make it happen.
Sarah, who has the best prices on new flooring?
Seconds and Surplus.
Save up to 50 to 90% on flooring.
Great idea, Sarah.
Leave your tip on the table.
Home improvement questions? Seconds and Surplus has the answer.
I love it. I love it, because people that do not understand acting or any of that stuff, they don't know how hard it is. But it comes natural when it's inside of you. That purpose is already there. So all the different roles that you played, you got a lot more than that.
Oh, yeah.
Which one of those roles that intrigue you the most?
Out of the ones that you just saw?
Yeah, we just saw. We're going to look to some more later, but
okay.
Yes.
Well, of course, I liked reading that Emmett Till scene because of the history. them coming, they're looking for witnesses to see who killed Emmett Till. I like diving into that. And I like the judge. I got to put on my Gabrielle Union wig and and, and be the judge for a minute. That was exciting. We had a good time with that. And that was based on a true story too, about how this one woman took on Chase Bank for millions of dollars. So I like things that have meaning to it. And I enjoyed playing those, I think, probably the most out of those clips.
Oh, yeah. Let's turn to the Black History Month.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned Emmett Till, and you mentioned a lot of things. Why do you think that, and I'm going to say it, that most people don't understand the significance of what our forefathers and what people that came before us sacrificed in order for us to be free today? And currently, and this is just my opinion, I think we're going backwards under the administration that's there right now.
Oh, yeah.
They're trying to erase all the achievements and all the sacrifices and making sure that we as Black people have a seat at the table. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, one of the things as far as people not appreciating what our forefathers and foremothers have gone through, there's not enough conversation about it at home. I think it starts there. Most of our children in our community don't really get to learn about Black history until they go to school, unfortunately. Some of them are not taught about the history in their own family. And that's where it starts. Because I know my parents went through a whole lot. And our parents and my grandparents before them went through a whole lot. Just hearing their stories and their hardships and the things that they had to do to get to where they are, like even coming from St. Croix to the Bronx, that is a journey in itself, but you have to hear it, as a child starting up, to appreciate what it took. And the conversations have to start at home before they even get to school. So it's our responsibility as parents, first and foremost, to start educating. That was one of the things that I loved about my parents, and especially my father. He just was into history. And so with me, knowing all these people from the past and talking about this person and that person and the contributions and what it took, we don't talk about what it took. So they don't have a concept of work and the work ethic and the sacrifice it takes to get on a boat, whether you're coming from Cuba or wherever, to get on a boat and sometimes go days without food. So the conversation, I think, is just not heard enough, and it's just not talked about enough. And yes, this administration is a little trying, and but we have the responsibility, even with the arts, to keep this at the forefront as far as what history is to us, the opportunities we've been afforded, and so on. And so, no matter who's in the White House, we're in the house.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
we're in the house, and we're going to stay in the house.
That's right.
Well, we just have to stay at the table.
We do, and make our own table, set our own table, invite our own people, and make it happen. And that's that's everybody,
And that's what, Doc. I think that right now, it's trying time.
Yeah.
And racism is seen to have popped up even more now. The last few months, couple of months.
Yeah.
And we have to be able to push that away. And we have to understand, I believe, what it's going to take for us to remain strong, stay together. I'm not saying go and fight,
right?
None of that stuff.
Absolutely.
But it's all about love.
That's right.
It's all about compassion. It's all about treating each other with respect, regardless of what color you are, what religion you are, or whatever that is. I mean, I think that's so important. And I think many of us do not understand that because we are struggling and fighting among ourselves.
Yep.
We're going to take a station break, but I can't wait to get back. And I know you're enjoying this conversation.
Yes, I am.
I'm looking at the numbers. I'm talking to the people. I'm looking at the numbers. So you want to be part. Dr. Michael Mantell, my mentor, I see you watching. Steve, I see you watching. I see a lot of you are watching. If you want to be part of the conversation, all you do, go to the platform that you're watching this on. Ask any question that you might have. I promise you, we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and we'll be back with more Dr. Williams shortly after the break.
A Black Man's Point of View is the newest Amazon.com #1 release and bestseller book from author Dr. James J.C. Cooley, featuring the perspective from 11 other contributing authors. In A Black Man's Point of View, Dr. James Cooley unpacks his thoughts and personal experiences about the challenges, stereotypes, and feelings of self-worth that many black men face today due to a 400-year ancestry rooted in slavery and colonization. Yet, how so many black men move forward despite this history. Most importantly, A Black Man's Point of View conveys that all men, regardless of race, creed, or color, are capable of love, respect, and dignity. Described as a map to a greater life from the heart of a man who's experienced life's misfortune and harsh conditions, James shows us how beliefs, convictions, and a healthy mentality can help propel a life worth living. A must-read for all. Order your copy of A Black Man's Point of View by author Dr. James J.C. Cooley today from Amazon.com or wherever books are sold.
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's Your Life. You know, I was getting off into that music. I mean, I was bouncing. And you know what? I see Doc in the background. She don't know that I can see everything that she's doing. She was over there shaking us. She was rocking back there as well.
I love music.
You know, as you know, we are celebrating Black History Month, which I'm changing to Black History Day every day of the week.
Yeah.
And Doc, you are doing some great things with one of the projects that you have out there. I mean, after you started this foundation, I think it's called 619. I mean, that sounds like a California number, but 619. I want to hear about that because you're opening doors for a lot of folks, and you're doing a lot of great things with your production company. So, first of all, real quickly before I show some of this, let me show it first. Let me show it first, and then we'll go.
Will Robinson, better known as Bojangles, sang and tap danced his way to the top during the 20th century. In a time of racism and segregation in the U.S., Mr. Bojangles made headlines as a black entertainer, co-starring in movies with Shirley Temple and Will Rogers. Our Blessing You with Chuku shows us how a chance encounter led a Fort Worth man to sharing the stage with Bojangles.
They're moving, they're grooving, and this is little Timmy over here. Now, you may not know his name, but he is connected to a rich part of Black history, and a Fort Worth woman is making sure that every single person knows about it.
Shoe shine, saying in that cart over there for 2 of the props.
Cinetrea Grace-Williams is making sure rehearsal for her musical goes smoothly before the big day. The Fort Worth pastor's wife and mom is the writer, producer, and director of Timmy's Dance, a passion project that's near and dear to her heart.
My name is Timmy.
You see the boy playing Timmy over there? Well, that's supposed to be her dad.
I'm proud to be the daughter of Timothy Grace Sr., who happened to have danced with Bojangles back in 1945. These are some copies of the original photos.
She says her dad lived in Harlem before he relocated to Fort Worth. He was just 8 years old at the time, dancing in the streets, delivering newspapers, when he was spotted and asked to be in a Broadway play alongside Bill Bojangles Robinson. Robinson was an iconic black tap dancer and actor that rose to fame in the late 1920s through the 1930s. Grace-Williams says her father essentially helped save the play because the showrunners were looking for the right person for the job and then found him.
There's his name right there, a little brown tyke named Timothy Grace. This was really something special for that time for a little black boy to be a part of. Because at the same time, Shirley Temple was dancing on Broadway with Bojangles because her and my father are the same age.
After her father died in 2010, Grace-Williams used the talents her father instilled in her to keep his legacy alive through this musical.
I think it's absolutely amazing that Miss Dr. Cinetrea Grace is here for all of us, just like we're here for her. Black history is what it is, and it's here at home, and she's bringing it back to home for Juneteenth. It's just amazing.
Timmy's Dance debuted in 2015 and is making a return in 2024 for Opalee's Juneteenth Family Reunion Festival.
She's an innovator.
No quicker.
Grace-Williams has plans to continue honoring her dad by turning his play into a movie one day, saving the last dance for Timmy. In Fort Worth, Blessing Iwuchukwu, Spectrum News 1.
Keep it fast.
Wow. That was absolutely fantastic. I want to talk a little bit more. I mean, because the legacy comes from your dad and your mom. Can you talk about that a little bit more?
Yes. Yeah. Part of that talking at home thing that I was speaking of earlier, I heard stories growing up about how this incident happened, from my grandmother and from my dad. They were going through some serious trying times. My grandfather, he had a little drinking problem, so he was in and out. And my grandmother had 3 jobs, and even my father, at the age of 8, was delivering newspapers to help out. And so it became a lifestyle, him delivering these newspapers. And while he was out dancing one day, the casting directors saw him, and they were in need, and the rest was history. He ended up helping the family out, being able to pay some bills. You know how important that is at the age of 8 years old. And, like I said, I think he got chopped off a little bit. He was the same age as Shirley Temple. And so while Bojangles was dancing in front of the big screen, he was also on stage with my father at the same time. And so, but back then for a little black boy, it was rare for them to get that opportunity to be on television. But he did end up dancing on Broadway. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Bojangles, I mean, we watched all the old movies and all that. It was fantastic. And for your dad to get that opportunity to set the stage for others that's in it, that's not in the entertainment business, but inspired to be in it, that you can do anything that you set your mind to. As long as you believe in yourself, long as you got purpose in yourself and you understand that. And I talk all the time about digging deep inside of oneself. That's a person. That the only way you're gonna find out what your purpose is to discover who you are. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Discover who you are. That's it. That's it. I mean, just sometimes it just takes sitting under a tree, because people usually when you're a child, you really know what it is you're supposed to do, and then life and people kick that out. I'm not talking about the ones who want to be football players and they can't throw a ball. I'm talking about the ones who, like if they're supposed to be a nurse as a child, they are trying to help people. You know what I mean? Usually that spirit is already in them. We just need to encourage it and not squash it and keep it in their forefront. We see it and recognize it. It comes early. It's there. It's there before we're born. That's what the Bible says. It's in there. And we just need to, the seed is already there. We need to water it and help it to grow. Whatever that is that you see in that child, whether it's writing, whether it's math, doing hair, cosmetology, starting, there's some kids that always want to do their own thing. They're entrepreneurs most of the time. You just have to, just kind of hone it. And so, with this, with 619 Productions, and 619 stems from my birthday, June 19th, which happens to be Juneteenth. And so that name came to me years ago. And I knew I was always going to have a nonprofit because I wanted children to have a place, a space, and not just children, adults too, because some of them never got a chance to do this thing that's in them because it was squashed. The amount of adults that come to me crying, say, I never got a chance to do this. We put them in the show. Never been on stage before. I don't care. We're going to work it because it's already in there. We just need to pull it out. So I started this for that purpose and to help other people experience that same thing as far as what's in them, let it be expressed. And they don't have to be a professional. It's not about being a professional artist. It's about sharing your gift, the gift that God put in you to be a gift. We are giving gifts to be a gift, and it must be passed on. Yeah.
I like that saying. That's amazing. I do agree with your comment that, and I think parents have the best intentions.
Yes.
They want their children to go into a profession that's steady, a steady paycheck. And the entertainment industry, it's a hit or miss. It really is. It's
Absolutely.
not steady. There's a lot of talented people out there who are going up for that one role. And so I do get it. And I don't think that they're trying to squash their children's dream. I think they're just concerned about their kids.
Right. Absolutely. Because I heard it too. And but the one thing about my father, he was like, okay, well, let's see what else we can do with that. So I got the broadcasting degree, and let's see what else we can do, with this. So we had, in other words, let's train them to see, okay, maybe I can't be Angela Bassett, but maybe I can be an acting teacher at a high school, or maybe I can be a coach at a junior high. If I can't play pro ball, I can still be in that industry, in that field, that medium, and make a difference. Yeah, that's what
you have to find your niche.
Yeah.
Hold that though. We're gonna take a station break, and I want to save as much time as possible. But so we're gonna take a station break right now. We're gonna come back, and I tell you what, if you want to be part of this great conversation, all you have to do is go to the platform that you're watching us on, ask any question that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
Listen up. It's Dr. J.C. Cooley. Yeah. It's the J. Cooley Show. It's your life. Hey.
In this life you are gonna grow, but there's things in this world that you got strong tree. To be who you're created to be. The one who's gonna leave a legacy is you. But you got to have these 4 C's. Create, collaborate, then you commit with confidence. Create, collaborate, then you commit with confidence. It's the 4 C's. Gotta have these, oh yeah. It's the 4 C's.
Hello, I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley from the United States of America, and I am here to just say, first of all, I'm so happy and honored to be honored to be in the Coffee Book 2023. Unified Brain Z and the other organizations, thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to be a part of this collection.
The James Cooley Show. It's your life. That's right.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I tell you what, I am thoroughly enjoying this conversation. That's not an interview; it's a conversation.
Yeah,
it's a conversation. It's what Dr. Williams likes to say. It's expression. And when we express and we exchange in conversation, we learn a lot, and we educate ourselves and we educate others. So, Dr. Williams, I want to get this out of the way right now. Right now. I'm inviting you back on the show if you got time to come back on our show.
Absolutely.
We got to continue to educate the world. And through great minds like yours and things that you're doing, I think we have to share that. Michelle can be reaching back out to you if you have time. But not right now. If you want to be part of the conversation, it's not too late. It's not too late. All you have to do is to go to the comments, ask any questions that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer. I'm going to turn it back over to Michelle Cooley.
Oh, most definitely. So, Dr. Grace, tell me about the different productions and how do you decide, do you have a team of collaborators, of people who decide on what type of production you're going to produce at 619 Productions, whether it's a musical, whether it's a play? Can you kind of go over that?
Yeah, and actually, the productions come here and there. They're not really regularly scheduled. From the time we started, the basis of everything is like classes and workshops and sometimes little short shows. Like if we're dealing with the kids' summer arts camp, then we might do a little brief rendition of The Wiz or something like that. And if somebody has an original that they want to produce, I try to give people the opportunity to do that, to learn how to produce and put a show together. And, because we also work on other things. It's not just plays. We're working on a documentary project where we work on little side gathering shows. It's just a collaboration of different things that depends on what's going on. For instance, during the pandemic, we had all the stuff going on and all the mass murders and everything between the police officers, and we losing brothers and sisters throughout the United States. And the city of Fort Worth was actually sponsoring some organizations that wanted to tackle police relations. And I put in for it. And we produced Black, Brown, and Blue. And so what that was oh goodness, we had a few officers in it, and it was dealing with Black and Hispanic relations with police officers in Fort Worth. So we had children expressing themselves as far as how they were feeling. In our classes, we made sure they were writing essays. When they came in there, we gave them a piece of paper and pencil. What's on your heart? What do you experience? What do you feel? So they can get some of that stuff out of them. They had to get that, that fear. Try to release as much as possible, because a lot of us aren't going to counseling and different things. And then we had the adults, of course, involved, and we created different scenes. Like we had one scene in the barbershop, which is the Black man's counseling session. And so they were having their discussions and singing and rapping and dancing. And then we had one scene, do I go, do I stay? That was some of my Hispanic brothers and sisters. I had a Hispanic grandmother and daughter. She was getting ready to pack up and leave. And then on the other side of the stage, we had the, the Black, oh my goodness, Haitian husband and wife, and so it was, do I go, do I stay? Because of all this crossing the border situation. And at that time, and a lot of them were getting killed. And then we also had Donny Hathaway's song, oh goodness, a song, I'm sorry.
A song, I think I know you talking
when they
about.
get ready to leave, if last time. Anyway, we had 3 couples, Black, Brown, and Blue. One was a blue door with the cop getting ready to go off. It was a female cop getting ready to go out the door. And one was a Black couple, the husband getting ready to leave to go to work, and one was a Hispanic couple. And so meaning they were all experiencing the same fear at the time, because all the officers weren't bad people, but they all had to go out there and now deal with what was going on. Will I make it home? So it was like all of them were going through the motions of, this may be the last time, for all we know. This may be the last time I see you. So that's real. That's real with everyday life, but it was real prevalent during that time. So we got a chance to address these social things going on through a small grant. And we made it bigger than what the grant cost. We always do. We might get a couple of dimes, but we're going to make it look like it's it's some grands up in there. So we did the best we could.
I love that expression. You mentioned Donny Hathaway.
Yes.
And I want to say a shout out to the family, friends, and loved ones of Roberta Flack. She passed away. Yes, she passed away today. My mom just told me about her.
Oh, my goodness.
I was like, I remember seeing her in concert a couple years ago in Chastain Park, and she was wonderful.
Yes.
But when you mentioned Donny Hathaway, I thought of Roberta Flack.
We did her in a show.
Oh, wow.
We did Sing Sister Sing, Blow Brother Blow, honoring people like that.
Okay.
And so we emulated them. We gave history on them. And after the intro of the history, we brought it to life, and we had a singer portraying them. So we had Roberta out there. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate to hear that. Well.
Yeah, I just saw the email myself. I've got about 3 minutes left in the show.
Oh.
I got a question. Is in our communities, things that you're doing, how can that foster healing and also educating our youth, adults, and communities on the importance of understanding who you are?
Okay, well,
from a Black perspective.
From a Black perspective.
Yes.
In our community, the arts are always prevalent. How we use them is what matters. So, with that being said, the introducing children, first and foremost, to the arts as a way that if I cannot speak, I can dance. If I cannot speak, I can write, to express themselves um, honestly without restriction. The importance of that and what it does to a child growing up. You know, I get testimonials, and I had a few that came to the show last year. They got up on stage that I hadn't seen in years and spoke about what it did for them, you know, as a child or a young black man. And it's usually these young black men that come back and say what it did for them. I get the young girls too, but those young black men seem to come back more because they don't have the avenues. You know, girls talk all the time. Young black men is a little bit more suppressed because they're not told it's okay. You know that they're not told it's okay. It's not being nurtured to speak. It's always because mom and dad got so much going on. But between that, just having an avenue for expression, an outlet for children, adults, and seniors, because we work with all of them, is very important.
How can people get in touch with you
they can
and donate to your foundation? Because I think the arts in our culture, just like we talk about expressions, is so important.
So important.
And we need all of the help and all the donation or everything to make sure we continue this progress.
Yes, they can go to www.619productions.org. That's 619productions.org, and hit the support us or donate button. They can call me straight out. I have a message center they can call. That's 432-277-0149. And if you want to be a sponsor for this year's Timmy's Dance, we can do that. We can be a sponsor. I was telling your wife, I want you guys at the show. You can film, you can do whatever you want to do. Let's have a good time. That's going to be on June 15th, 2025, down at the I Am Terrell Performing Center. And if they really want to talk to me, I don't have a problem giving out my cell. That's 817-449-6190. 817-449-619-0.
Doc, I want to thank you so much. And just like I said, I would love to have you back on the show again. If Michelle and I are in town, and we live in California and we live here, if we're in town, Michelle, let's support. Let's do what we have to do. So I want to thank you so much.
All right.
For coming on the show. Looking forward to having you on again. I'd like to thank Dr. Michelle Cooley for putting together another absolutely fantastic show. I'd like to thank our producers in San Diego and also Dallas for always being here. But most importantly, I'd like to thank our viewers and listeners for tuning in to the James Cooley Show Monday through Friday at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. And also every Sunday in San Diego at AM 1170 The Answer at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And in Dallas, AM 660 The Answer at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Always dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. It's your life, and we'll see you then.
Thank you.